I am the only daughter of a business magnate in capital city. Dissatisfied with the arranged marriage among elite families my family had planned, I ran away from home. Unexpectedly, I fell in love with a leader in the tech industry. He not only possessed remarkable technological talent but also brought me into the tech industry. He doted on me, even using all his resources to pave the way for me, yet he never made our relationship public. Then, by chance, I overheard Marcus talking to his assistant. She's far purer than those so-called influencer models, she satisfies my physical needs. His tone was filled with levity and disdain. There are plenty of women in the industry trying to climb the social ladder through me. It's an honor for her that I chose her. With her background and status, even if she truly makes a name for herself in the tech industry, she's not good enough for me. I'm already engaged to Sarah, the heiress of the Sung. Once corporation successfully goes public, I'll announce our engagement. At that moment, I had a rude awakening. All his deep affection and favoritism were just a pretense, and I was merely one of his many playthings. So, I called William, vowing that everyone who had wronged me would suffer for what they'd done. Before we continue, please subscribe to this channel and tell us where you're listening from in the comments. I had been dating Marcus, a leader in the tech industry, for 3 years. Colleagues around me often gossiped, saying he had never been so invested in any woman before. 3 years ago, I arrived in Riverton penniless. To establish myself there, I joined a startup tech company. Unexpectedly, I found myself inexplicably entangled in a tech theft scandal, almost facing a hefty fine and potentially even prison time. It was Marcus who appeared just in time and helped me get out of that mess. He not only arranged experts to teach me programming but also involved me in projects and various industry forums. I didn't want to let him down, so I worked tirelessly. Before long, I gained a reputation in the tech industry, becoming a rising tech expert. Until one day, I unintentionally overheard his assistant talking to him outside Marcus's office. Stella has only been in the industry for 2 or 3 years, and her participation in the core R&D of this top international tech project is entirely thanks to your recommendation. You've truly gone above and beyond for her. Hearing this, my heart felt a little warm. Just as I was about to push the door open, I heard Marcus say coldly, I give her opportunities and resources, so she owes me her loyalty. That's perfectly normal. There are plenty of young people like her in the tech industry. I merely intend to use her. I wouldn't actually develop real feelings. Besides, I'm already engaged to Sarah, the heiress of the Sung. The announcement of our engagement will be made when Sung's new product is launched. My hand froze in midair, as if a bucket of ice water had been dumped over me from head to toe. He always told me that people in the tech industry were very pragmatic, and only he was genuine with me. I loved him wholeheartedly. If he showed me even a little kindness, I'd be ready to give him my all. I stood frozen, even entertaining the thought of running away. But when I saw the life-sized billboard for my latest tech product in the company lobby, I hesitated. Even though Marcus had helped me get involved in this top-tier tech project, I had also put in 100% of my effort, earning this core position after rounds of screening and competition. If I were to leave now, wouldn't that be admitting I was a failure? How could I then fight against the arranged marriage my family had planned for me? I was determined to finish this project, and then leave without any regrets. Marcus was the project leader, so no matter how much I resented him inwardly, I had to suppress my emotions and continue working with him. He still treated me well, just as he always had. He truly was a big shot in the tech industry. Even if his heart was cold, he always pretended to care about his subordinates. Why are you a little distracted today? Now that you're in the core team, you need to give it your absolute all, otherwise, holding the entire project back won't look good. After finishing one phase of the work, Marcus walked over, his tone a little serious. He had never criticized me for work-related issues before, but today was different. His fiancée, Sarah, was visiting the team. Everyone in the company was privately discussing how Marcus had never been so close to any woman before, so Miss Sarah must be very special to him. I'm sorry, I'll adjust. Before, whenever Marcus pointed out something I hadn't done well, I would usually talk back defensively with a hint of grievance. But this time I just apologized quietly, which seemed to surprise him. He started to say something, even raising his hand as if to pat my shoulder, but then Sarah and the colleagues' laughter drifted over from nearby, and his hand retreated. Then do a good job. Don't disappoint me. He finished stiffly, then went to find Sarah. Marcus introduced Sarah to the team members. Miss Sarah just returned from studying abroad, and she's very interested in tech R&D. I brought her to get a look at things. Sarah greeted everyone graciously, I've always been a fan of Mr. Marcus. I came specifically to observe and learn today. I hope I'm not disturbing you. Achoo. Sarah suddenly sneezed. Marcus quickly leaned in to ask, are you cold? The temperature dropped today, and you wouldn't listen when I told you to dress warmer. I'm a bit allergic to artificial fragrances. My nose started bothering me as soon as Stella walked by. Sarah said with feigned distress, adding, I don't blame her, I'm just very sensitive to this kind of scent. Marcus frowned and looked at me, you're an important member of the team now. Can you please be more mindful, eh? And stop using such cheap perfume? I froze there, my heart feeling like something was lodged in it. That perfume was the first gift Marcus ever gave me. He said he liked its fresh scent, just like me. So, I had always worn it, never changing. But because of Sarah, a high-end perfume had been reduced to cheap stuff. Perhaps it wasn't the perfume that was cheap, but his feelings for me. That evening, the project manager told me about a team dinner. I thought it was just a casual celebration, but when I arrived, I found out Sarah was hosting. This restaurant is so upscale, truly befitting the heiress of the song. We're all benefiting from Marcus's influence. Everyone was delighted, gathered around Marcus and Sarah, saying they were a match made in heaven. I secretly hid to the side, looking at the delicacies on the table, with no appetite at all. Stella, I've heard a lot about you from Marcus. Meeting you today, you're indeed as excellent as I imagined. Sarah held a wine glass and extended it towards me. Her words carried a challenge, and she raised an eyebrow slightly, looking at me with the disdain of a victor. Sorry, I can't drink. I instinctively looked at Marcus. He knew I had a severe alcohol allergy and would break out in a rash all over if I drank even a couple of sips. Everyone fell silent, well aware of the delicate dynamic between the three of us. Miss Stella is indeed very well known now. Is it beneath me to toast you? Sarah persisted, pushing the glass even closer to my face. I gritted my teeth and firmly pushed her hand away. I'm not trying to be difficult. Everyone knows I don't touch alcohol. I appreciate the gesture, but I really can't drink this. I believed I had refused her politely. I didn't want to make things too awkward during what I knew would be my final days on the project. Some of the staff nearby also seemed uncomfortable, and two sympathetic ones chimed in to support me. Stella truly can't drink. That's right, I've never seen drink. I heard she has an alcohol allergy. Since others had spoken up, Sarah couldn't very well keep pressing me in front of everyone. Just as she was about to put the glass down, Marcus took it from her hand and once again offered it to me. Stella, Sung is also an investor in the product. You won't even show that much respect? Seeing me remain motionless, Marcus lost his patience. I taught you that people should know how to be grateful. While corporation can't dictate everything in the R&D direction of the tech product, they still have the authority to adjust some personnel in the project team. He even directly threatened me. His words felt like two slaps to my face. The strength I had been holding on to was finally about to be completely shattered by him. I tremblingly reached out and took the glass, downing the hard liquor in one gulp. The burning liquid slid down my throat into my stomach, like a raging fire scorching my insides. The noise resumed around me, with everyone flattering Sarah. Marcus had demonstrated with his actions that Sarah had completely replaced me in his heart. My head throbbed as if it would explode, and just as tears were about to gush out, I finally ran out of the restaurant. I hadn't walked 2 steps when my stomach began churning violently, making me crouch by the roadside and start vomiting. Tears and vomit clung to my face. I held my head, sobbing, and passers-by, thinking I was a lunatic, quickly detoured around me. At that moment, I realized just how foolish I had been. At home, I was a beloved little princess, yet I ran away to endure hardship and suffering with Marcus, believing I had found true love. I couldn't help but call Dad, but as soon as he answered, I hung up. They must have been utterly disappointed in me over the past 3 years, perhaps even deciding to disown me. Just then, my phone rang. It was Dad calling back. I tremblingly answered the phone, and before I could speak, his familiar voice came through the line. Stella, you finally decided to call Dad. Mom and Dad miss you so much. Are you still angry with us? It's all our fault. If we had listened more to your thoughts, you wouldn't have left home in a huff. Dad can set up a company for you. You can do whatever you want, I won't stand in your way. Hearing him say that, I couldn't help but sob uncontrollably. Dad, I was wrong. I shouldn't have been so impulsive. When I finish my current project, I'll come home, okay? I miss you. Dad immediately said happily on the phone, all right, as long as you're willing to come back, that's all that matters. Dad, the current investor for the product is the Sung. Can we squeeze them out? Dad agreed immediately, no problem. Thankfully, the tech product was nearing completion. I would absolutely not let those scumbags who wronged me get away with it. With my family backing me up, I no longer had to cry miserably on the roadside. When I returned home, my body was covered in a rash. I took some medicine, which slightly alleviated the discomfort. The door was suddenly pushed open by Marcus. He reeked of alcohol and staggered towards me. "Make me some hangover remedy." Seeing me sit motionless, he looked displeased. "It was just one drink. Is it really that big of a deal?" Hearing him say it so lightly, I gave a cold laugh. "No, it's not. One drink won't kill me. Making such a fuss over a minor issue? Who are you trying to impress? Have I indulged you too much, and now you've gotten too big for your britches?" Marcus was very displeased with my attitude, and his words became harsher. I met his gaze calmly. "My affairs are trivial. So, this insignificant person is going to sleep now, to ensure I'm well rested and don't affect the product's progress tomorrow, causing huge losses for the investors." I had never talked back to Marcus before, and he was momentarily stunned. Once he recovered, he grabbed my arm. "You little thing, you're quite different when you throw a tantrum." Looking at his frivolous demeanor, I only felt disgust. "What, you have Sarah, your new girl, and you still can't forget your old flame? Has not satisfied you enough?" Marcus's face darkened. I had provoked him. "Stella, how dare you speak to me like that?" Looking at his fierce expression, I met his gaze without fear. "Of course, I can't compare to Sarah, the heiress of the Sung. I'm just a woman in the entertainment industry, like countless others, only interested in your fame and fortune." Marcus's face was filled with chilling coldness. He said with a cold face, "Stella, since you know your place, you shouldn't defy me. Everything you have now, I gave you. If you anger me, it won't end well for you." Listening to his vicious threats, I responded indifferently, "Then I'll wait and see." Marcus shoved me away and slammed the door as he left. Without disturbance, I slept soundly. The next morning, when I arrived at the project team office, everyone looked at me with subtle expressions. "Stella, you should go home and rest today." The project leader saw me arrive and said with a grim face, "I don't know what the investors are playing at. They came this morning telling me they want to replace you. The tech product launch is almost ready, now they want a change of personnel?" The project leader was a very straightforward person. Since he spoke about it in front of me, it was clear he didn't agree with the decision. Marcus happened to pass by. Hearing the project leader's complaint, a cold smirk played on his lips. "The investors naturally have their considerations. Whilst professional abilities are decent, there are plenty of people more capable than her. Replacing her isn't difficult." The project leader shook his head, but has the deepest understanding of this project. Her professional ability and passion for the product fully qualify her for this role. Everyone has witnessed that. "I'll go and communicate with the investors again." "No one is going to ruin my project." Watching the project leader walk away, Marcus folded his arms across his chest and said in an icy tone, "There's still room to salvage this situation. It just depends on what you want to do." I knew he was trying to force me to compromise, but the more he pushed, the more I refused to yield. "I haven't done anything wrong. The real problem is you and Sarah." Seeing me stand my ground, a hint of disdain flashed in Marcus's eyes. "I used to find your resilient personality quite appealing, but now I see you're both stubborn and foolish." He always liked to boss me around, and before, I thought he had my best interests at heart, so I listened. Now, he wouldn't play mind games with me anymore. "And what about you, you hypocritical scumbag? Since you're already engaged to Sarah, why are you still acting like a clown in front of me? What do you gain from it?" Marcus hadn't expected me to confront him directly. "Stella, if it weren't for me, you would have starved on the streets long ago. Marrying will get me more resources. Have I ever treated you unfairly these past few years?" If I hadn't completely sobered up, I might have gotten caught up in his words. "I am not a part of your little game with Sarah. Marcus, you're not worthy of me being your other woman." Marcus was absolutely furious with me. It was said that day he was like a firecracker on the project team, lashing out at anyone he encountered. I waited at home for a couple of days when the project team called me back. The leader, beaming with joy, said, "Stella, you're really lucky. Sung suddenly withdrew its investment, and the Song family, part of the city's powerful elite, became our investors, insisting that you must stay." You also have the surname Song. Are you some distant relative of that Song family?" I smiled, not answering the leader's question. "She's just a woman from a rural backwater. How could she have any connection to the Song family?" Marcus scoffed sarcastically from the side. My return clearly displeased him. but this was obviously beyond his control. Sarah, meanwhile, officially became Marcus's girlfriend. The two frequently appeared in public together, and soon gossip about them was everywhere. I thought they were quite well matched, so I silently wished for them to be stuck with each other and not ruin anyone else's life. Just as the project was finally completed and I thought I could get some good sleep, my name suddenly appeared on trending searches online. Hashtag tech mogul and heiress love triangle rumors, obscure employee suspected of involvement. Hashtag Stella of clinging to Marcus for project. Hashtag scheming woman Stella in the tech visited leader at night to secure project. Hashtag calls for Stella to lead the tech growing. Hashtag insider Stella in Marcus and Sung heiress's relationship, eventually heiress's retaliation. As expected, I was cyberbullied. These rumors became increasingly outrageous. Outside the company, crowds of haters gathered, armed with rotten eggs, intending to smash them at me. Especially with paparazzi photos of Marcus and me constantly together, it solidified my image as the other woman. My car was scratched by haters, and my apartment door was maliciously piled with trash. Overnight, I became public enemy number one. The company told me to lay low for a while, but the situation had escalated too quickly, making it difficult for the company to handle, and they didn't know what to do. I wanted to confront Marcus to understand what was going on, but he shut me out. Wouldn't you know what you've done? He scoffed at me lazily, and I knew he was certainly involved, perhaps even orchestrating what was happening behind the scenes. In desperation, I contacted my family. Dad used his financial clout to investigate and found that Marcus and Sarah were indeed the masterminds behind this whole affair. Dad was so furious he slammed the table on the phone. How dare they conspire to hurt my precious daughter? It's just the song, I'll make tea. Dad, please don't worry, I quickly reassured him. He was getting on in years, and I didn't want him to fall ill from anger because of my troubles. It's easier to deal with now that we know who's responsible. Don't worry, your daughter is no coward. I've never been someone who lets herself be a lamb to the slaughter. I proactively contacted Sarah and proposed a meeting. Believing herself the victor, she was naturally eager to see my miserable state after being crushed by the rumors. After meeting Sarah, I got straight to the point. Sarah let out a malicious sneer. Weren't you so eager for fame? This time, I'll make you go viral for real. Why are you doing this? Seeing my calm inquiry, Sarah coldly snorted with disdain. Stella, why bother pretending? I know you were with Marcus for 3 years, you were the woman he kept on the side. But so what? An excellent man like Marcus is never short of women constantly flocking around him. You were just a casual bed partner. Now that he's tired of sleeping with you and dumped you, you must be very unwilling to accept it. But what good is unwillingness? The benefits my son can bring him are something a naive woman like you can't even imagine. But I shouldn't underestimate you. You actually managed to get the Song family to step in, forcing our family to withdraw investments and secure your position. So, Sarah was only looking for trouble with me because of this. Marcus said you had no family background. Why would the Song family help you? Could it be, you're that old man from the Song family's mistress? She insulted me, and I treated it as if a dog had bitten me. But she slandered my dad, and that I absolutely could not tolerate. I slapped her hard across the face. Watch your mouth. Sarah was also enraged by me. How dare you hit me, you filthy tramp? At that moment, she completely abandoned her image as an heiress from an elite family, charging at me without any grace, intending to punch and CK me. It wasn't until both Sarah and I were bruised and scratched that a group of people rushed in and pulled us apart. Why are you holding me back? I'm going to tear her mouth, chop off her hands. Marcus grabbed Sarah, who was cursing and yelling, still trying to hit me. Enough, Sarah. Stella started a live stream. At that moment, a staff member found the phone I had hidden in a potted plant and ended the live stream. I had already concealed my phone and started the live stream. Although I didn't know how many people were watching, this matter had become a sensation, and the viewers in the live stream would surely spread it quickly. Sarah's face turned pale. Realizing that all her reckless words had been broadcast, she immediately roared, trying to rush over and hit me. Unfortunately, she was restrained by security guards and dragged out. Marcus looked at me, his face livid. Stella, you are truly a manipulative person. I looked at him, asking in confusion. Those trending searches online harmed me, and Sarah's cruel words just now were also directed at me. I clearly haven't done anything wrong, so what reason do you have to call me manipulative? You're beyond reason. Marcus seemed convinced that talking to me now was futile. He glared at me and chased after Sarah. Rumors spread as quickly as they appeared. The part of my confrontation with Sarah on the livestream went viral. Although wasn't in the entertainment industry, she was, after all, Marcus's fiancée. In the livestream, her vulgar words and distorted values led people to question her and even the Song family. Song's stock market was significantly affected as a result. For a considerable time, Marcus did not reappear in my life. I learned from staff that Mr. Henry was so angry he confined Sarah to her home. This incident created a huge scandal for the Song family, and Marcus was also humiliated. After all, his fiancée had admitted that he was dating other women, leading gossip-hungry netizens to jokey Ingly call it tech's fall from grace because his fiancée loved him too much and elite heiresses twisted love. During this period, I finally returned home. After 3 years apart, Mom and Dad looked a bit tired. I sincerely begged for their understanding, for my foolishness and running away, which had caused them constant worry. I recuperated at home for half a year, mostly in a semi-resting state. Some netizens even speculated that I had been killed by the Song family, but more rumors suggested I had been blacklisted by various companies. It wasn't until the product launch, to assist with promotion, that I reappeared in front of the cameras. And as the male lead of the project, Marcus had no choice but to be in the same frame as me. In those 6 months, Marcus's career suffered repeated setbacks. His arranged marriage with the Song family was cancelled, and his scandals were frequently exposed, leading many partnerships to terminate their contracts with him. However, his fame was considerable, and his status was high. Although his resources were affected, he merely became a bit more low-key in his conduct and didn't retire from the industry. Meeting again, Marcus looked at me with a momentary trance. "Stella, you've changed a lot. For the past 6 months, I hadn't filmed anything, focusing instead on spending time with Mom and Dad at home. I no longer endured hardship, regularly getting skin care and fitness treatments, so my mental state had greatly improved." Marcus looked a bit more weathered, and I said frankly, "But you've changed quite a bit too." Yet he was still very handsome, with fans flocking around him wherever he went. In front of the camera, he cooperated with the product promotion and interacted with me, but only I knew that in his eyes, there was resentment and hatred, which sent shivers down my spine. Just as the product was about to launch, a former employee of my company suddenly came forward with a real name report, claiming I had signed an under the table deal and embezzled a large sum of money. He especially exposed my life over the past 6 months, revealing my luxury expenditure records for beauty treatments and various entertainment activities. And, who had been silent for a long time, jumped out again, publishing many candid photos of me on TikTok. She had hired a private investigator to take numerous photos of me, including some of me walking hand in hand with a middle-aged man. I wasn't lying, Stella is a habitual other woman. She seduced Marcus before, successfully infiltrated this industry, gained many good resources, and became famous overnight. Later, she cozied up to the Song family from the city's powerful elite, becoming that man's other woman. Otherwise, how could she, a newcomer, become a core figure? These photos of mine are evidence. She's just a country bumpkin from the countryside with no background, yet she's reached this position step by step, by relying on who knows how many men. Before, she deliberately framed me, tricked me into saying some untrue things, and then started a live stream to try and smear me. I've been collecting evidence for the past 6 months just to prove my innocence. She is not only morally corrupt but also broke the law. Such a person does not deserve to stand here. Sarah's condemnation of me in the video once again received strong support from netizens, and even publicly issued a statement, supporting his former fiancée. Sarah has suffered such immense grievance, it's time for the truth to come to light. The matter of the under-the-table deal was completely baseless. But this despicable pair was convinced I was someone without a background. They threw so much evidence at the public, thinking I would be scared and thrown into disarray. In the 3 years I had been in the entertainment industry, Marcus found my agent, helped me sign contracts, and even the money was paid into Marcus's account. Now he was turning the tables and accusing me of signing an under-the-table deal, even producing a bank card registered in my name with tens of millions in financial transactions. Marcus even approached me directly, "As long as you admit that you slandered Sarah before, I will help you repay the embezzled money." Looking at his determined demeanor, and remembering how much I once trusted this person, I felt not only heartbroken but also terrified. It turned out that when he loved me, he could be kind in 100 ways, but when he no longer loved me, he could do such utterly despicable things, even trying to destroy me. Marcus, in the 6 months since I left the spotlight, I've been recalling the past 3 years. I found those memories were supposedly beautiful, but the truth was so cruel. I looked at his handsome face. I once felt lucky to have fallen in love with such an excellent man. I had planned that when I made a name for myself in the entertainment industry, I would take him to meet my mom and dad. What I could give him was far more than what the Sung could offer. Even knowing you betrayed me and were engaged to Sarah, though I was disappointed and sad, I never had thoughts of harming you. You truly appeared like an angel when I was most helpless, saving me from disaster. But why are you the one trying to send me to hell? I had loved him sincerely, and I had also resented him. But in the 6 months since I left and returned to my parents' side, I gradually came to terms with it. I had intended to treat this experience with Marcus as a dream with an unhappy ending. He had indeed given me warmth and love, so after we parted ways, I didn't want to talk negatively about him. Coming back to promote the product, I knew I would see him, and I only hoped for a professional exchange, keeping it brief and respecting each other's space. Perhaps it was my words that stirred some memories in Marcus. His expression showed a slight softening, but it was only fleeting. His eyes held shrewd calculation, and his face was full of disdain. If you weren't just an ordinary girl, perhaps I really would have stayed with you. Unfortunately, I met Sarah. She might not be the one I love most, but she is definitely the one most suitable for me. If you had just stayed quietly by my side and not provoked Sarah, I would have continued to dote on you and help you in your career. But you didn't listen, Stella. This is the price of your impulsiveness. He confidently believed that I was now a lamb to the slaughter, ready for him to carve up as he pleased. Human greed is boundless. Even though Marcus already possessed immense fame and vast wealth, he remained unsatisfied. I sighed. How do you know I can't give you what you want? Dad held a press conference, formally announcing to the media that I was his daughter. He also debunked the candid photos Sarah had posted, revealing them all to be photos of me with him. This news caused the internet to crash that day. Stella, an obscure figure laden with scandals, turned out to be an heiress from capital city's elite. The fact that she could have relied on her family's strength but chose to work hard on her own, just this one detail, attracted countless fans. Dad immediately brought in the group's top legal team to handle my lawsuit. It was quickly discovered that the real mastermind behind the so-called under-the-table deal was Marcus. When and I were dating, he used my bank card to sign contracts. All illegally obtained money was channeled through my card. He thought this would allow him to evade responsibility, but he didn't expect me to find the most excellent legal team. In just over a month, my name was completely cleared, while Marcus, having been hoisted by his own petard, was officially arrested and taken to a detention center for further investigation after his deeds were exposed to the public. The employee who initially made the real name report was also confirmed to have received a large sum of money from Marcus to provide false testimony. I transformed from a disgraced individual with a bad reputation into an elite socialite bravely venturing into the tech industry and fiercely resisting a scumbag tech mogul. Afterward, during a reporter's interview, a bold journalist asked if I was truly completely unaware of the under-the-table deal. After serious thought, I answered his question. All the supposed earnings written in that under-the-table deal amount to only 1/4 of our Song family's revenue. Do I really need to? This was the best response. After these series of farces, the film finally premiered and achieved unprecedented success. Many viewers who initially came to witness the drama ended up praising my scientific research achievements online after watching the product. I knew these were my deserved rewards, because only I truly knew how much effort, how much struggle, and how much grievance I had endured for this project. Later, Sung declared bankruptcy, and the Song family was also implicated in Marcus's affairs. Sarah was also sent to a detention center. They can keep each other company in there, I said expressionlessly when I heard the news. My new assistant sighed. Marcus must be regretting it terribly. So, you didn't go to visit him later? I shrugged. He's not worth another second of my time. I declined to inherit the family business. Fortunately, Dad is still hale and hearty and continues to make money, and he enjoys it. I returned to the tech team, this time with a brand new identity. Not junior colleague, not just eye candy with no substance, but a rising force in tech. The road ahead is long, and everything that belongs to me is just beginning. Thank you for watching today's story. If you liked this video, please like and share it with friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to share your views, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. See you next time.